What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Mike. I'm a full-time media seller. I use my little R2-D2 scanner here. I go around the thrift stores like the one we're going to hop in today, scan all the books, CDs, DVDs, send them into Amazon, list them on eBay, make a whole bunch of money doing that. Anybody can do it. Today's video, we are outside of Blue Mountain thrift store. This is kind of like a privately owned one here in Palmyra, Pennsylvania. So we're going to go in here, we're going to scan everything. The topic of today's video is the restock limits are, open for everybody again, right? There really is no restock limits anymore. There is a capacity manager. So I'm going to talk about that after, the wrap up, after we go over everything we bought. It's one of those things, right? It's good that it's open, but we all know, at least I know it's not going to stay open, but that's for after we get in here and do some work. So if you're interested in being around like-minded people, join the YouTube channel, $2.99 a month. Stop being a cheapo. It's a business write-off because I am teaching you educational things. We got a private Discord that's got anything and everything, and we got a weekly Zoom call as well. And I'm going to do something a little different today. Instead of guys, I brought you guys here a million times, right? So I'm not going to do no walkthrough. We're just going to transition away from me in the vehicle to me actually in there scanning the books. I haven't done one of these in a while. You got to set up your camera like out in the open to, record yourself while scanning. But today's the day. I don't care. It's beautiful out. I don't even need a hoodie or anything, And this store is always hot anyway. So I'm going in here with my favorite t-shirt. Believe it or not, Deb actually thrifted me this t-shirt from a Salvation Army. So it's Space Jam with E.T., E.T. and Space Jam. You can't go wrong. That's like two things I love growing up. Anyway, enough of my, my movie likings and character likings. I'm shutting up. I'm going to go in here. It's going to be like 10 hours of scanning. They got so many books and everything in here. Hopefully we can find some stuff. It's kind of hit or miss in here. You never know what you're going to get. And I did hit a thrift store before this one. Of course, I didn't record it. And of course, I found a bunch of good stuff. But that's just the way the world works. All right, let's go. back from Blue Mountain Thrift Shop. They rearranged everything. The books are still kind of organized, but not as good as they used to be. And there's a lot less of them in there. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We actually did do pretty well. I'm going to show you guys some of the better ones and just grab from my pile. We actually found a bunch of brand new sealed Bibles. These things are super nice, still in the wrapper and everything. So that gets us back to the rabbit hole of, should you sell things like this brand new? The safe answer is no. Maybe, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, kind of like people speeding. Everybody speeds, only a few people get caught. You can probably list this as new and sell it and have no issues, but, you know, what happens if Amazon decides to call your bluff? Sure, your account's not going to get terminated instantly overnight over selling one new item you don't have an invoice for, but there's always an opportunity for that to happen. And I always try to tell people to play it safe. Don't risk anything with this business. Your business is not worth one book, right? So, and we didn't take the proper steps to get ungated in selling new books, right? With DVDs and CDs, we got ungated so we can sell new and used CDs and DVDs, but even then the same thing can happen. Let me get my screen recording here. I'll show you guys some of the better finds. I'll show you these Bibles. I mean, they're nothing crazy, but they're still decent profits. Legacy Standard Bible, you're looking at right around $18, FBA $21, merchant fulfilled. So this will be a merchant fulfilled one. Another one here, Holy Bible LSB. I've never even seen any of these, and I always look at the Bibles. This one's a little bit better, but you see here, the used offers are at 42. The new offers are at 28. So you're looking at probably 15 bucks profit on that one. And then the last new sealed Bible, another one of these legacy standards. And a lot of my thrift stores are church thrift stores, and I haven't seen any of these. There's none even listed used for here. So you're looking at right around 35 bucks. Sell this, you probably make around $20. So not too bad for those 3 Bibles alone. It was really good. Let me grab some other things here that we sold. I'll show you guys the FBA items. I think last week I showed you the merchant fulfilled. The FBA items, we got 2 CDs. Oh Holy Night by Wintley Phipps. Not too bad. 8 bucks FBA, 43 sales score, so that'll sell. And then we got a new one here. African Playground sealed, brand new manufacturer seal. You're looking at $7.66. Good sales score as well on that. We got 2 books here. Mafia Prince. Used buy box here. You see it's red, but it's close enough to my $12 profit that I'm comfortable sending this in. $11.38. They changed their pricing too. So now the books are like 5 for $5 or $2. So you got to play the game of getting even stacks of 5. So I got 2 stacks of 5 books, 2 stacks of 3 CDs, because if you pay $2 for 4 books, you pay $8 instead of paying $5 for 5 books. I actually don't mind that because I actually make out in the long run. And then the other one we have, Then One Day, 40 years of bookmaking in Nevada. So this is pretty cool. Sports book, not like, you know, publisher books. So this one was, I think this one was decent profit too. Yeah, 1844 profit, FBA, quick sales score. Like I say, if there's a demand for the book, you can get the prime bump. If there's not a demand, you're most likely not going to be able to get that crazy $16 to $29 prime bump. But you do see here, now that we're looking, the new offers are at $19.93. So realistically, we'll list this at probably $18.49. So you probably look at around $7, $8 profit on this. And that's why I always say, you got to be paying attention to your phone while you're scanning. The days of just doing bad buys and sending in items that, you know, aren't going to sell are long behind us as media sellers. We got to get smarter. We got to start putting in a little bit of extra effort and kind of understanding what we are looking at. So on the topic of things changing, restock limits, right? Last week, when you got this, everybody's restock limits went away magically. Woohoo! Right? No more restock limit number. Now you have a capacity monitor, and pop that somewhere up here. So just to break it down to, you know, common sense terms, right? So I basically have 1,300 items in FBA right now. So that equates to about 25 cubic square feet. and they're allowing me 100 cubic square feet, and that seems to kind of be the baseline from everybody I'm talking to in the Discord and just other sellers. So going forward, if you try to do the math and try to think about how many items you can have in there, you're looking at roughly 5,000 items if you're selling media, right? So you can have 5,000 items currently just overnight. This is the new program they're doing, and you can, if you've seen it, you can see like the actual, gives you a forecast now for months out. So you see mine stays at 100, at 100, at 100. But I'm going to give you the warning right now. It's not going to stay like that, right? Q4 rolls around. Restock limits are still going to be a thing. We're just going to call it capacity limits, right? They're just switching it up on us. And I will bet every penny I make this year that it happens, because Amazon is even monetizing these capacity limits, right? So when they cut everybody down come Q4, they're going to say, hey, we have, you know, whatever, X amount of cubic feet available for sale. How much do you want to pay per cubic foot? Well, for media sellers, this really isn't realistic, right? And especially with the way Amazon's working towards kind of no more slow moving items, we can't afford to compete with the huge sellers that are making millions and millions of dollars. So just because today it seems nice and lovely, right? I can send in another 3,700 items and not have to worry about it. But I challenge you to think about Q4 when they start tightening the bolts on everybody, and all of a sudden you're gonna have to figure out what to do, right? Because you've been sending in all this stuff and now you can't send nothing in for 6 months. Kind of like that, what just happened to me this past year, right? And I promise you, if you go down that road, the same thing's going to happen to you. So you kind of listen to what I'm saying here is don't max out these limits. Get smarter in your business. Send in faster moving stuff. We really shouldn't necessarily need more than 1,500, maybe 2,000 at most if you're out there hustling every day. Space, because we're sending in faster moving stuff, right? We're not sending anything that's under a 20 e-score, sales score, whatever you want to call it. So now things we send in are definitely going to sell, right? I kind of call it my trigger set, right? The guaranteed to sell, guaranteed to make you money, right? These are higher profitable items, less offers, less price tanking, and it's just all around a better business model. So as always, I appreciate you watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more used book videos. Bye-bye.